Welcome to the deep dive. We've got some fascinating source material you sent over this time. It details what looks like a simple family trip for Han and Leia solo.
Right?
But it really spirals almost immediately into this huge galactic intelligence mess, all centering on the Corellian sector.
It really does. And yeah, our task today is kind of complex because there's a lot packed into these sources.
Well,
We need to break down really three key things for you.
Go.
First, who the main players are, what they're dealing with personally. Second, the political situation on Corellia, which is, well, it's falling apart after the Empire. And third, this genuinely terrifying, almost unknown technological threat that seems to be behind everything. We're talking star-destroying capabilities.
it's such a stark contrast, isn't it? You know, family vacation versus galaxy-altering conspiracy. So, okay, before they even get to Corellia, the trouble starts right away with Han and the Millennium Falcons. Like, the ship itself is foreshadowing the problems.
Exactly. Han and Chewie, they're just running a standard systems check.
Yeah.
Shields up.
Routine stuff.
Should be routine. But then, bam! The rear shields completely blow out. The aft landing pads just slam down onto the landing field. Hard.
And out.
Yeah, I mean, Chewie reacts super fast, gets it under control, but that sudden failure, that vulnerability, it's kind of a perfect metaphor for the security mess Han's about to fly into.
And right after that mechanical breakdown, you get this this human element adding to the tension. Kalinda shows up.
Ah, Kalinda, the NRI agent.
Right, New Republic intelligence. And she's got this, well, the sources describe her as having this quiet confidence, but also an off-kilter gaze. Like she's always calculating something.
Yeah, a little unsettling. And her mission for Han is just, it's totally paradoxical. She wants Han Solo, probably the single most recognizable, least subtle guy in the entire New Republic, to act natural and basically be a giant flashing diversion.
So the plan is everyone on Corellia will be so busy watching Han and Leia and the kids that a real covert NRI team can sneak in unnoticed.
That's the idea. He's high visibility bait.
Yeah. Wow. Okay, and the danger isn't just theoretical, right? Because before they even leave Coruscant, there's that incident with the probe droid.
Oh, yeah. The old-style Imperial probot.
Wow.
And this wasn't just some leftover recon droid. The sources say it was a fighting model, reprogrammed, armed, and specifically sent after them by, well, agents tied to this group called the Human Lead.
So they have to destroy it. That's a pretty clear sign things are already hostile.
It is, and it really shakes Kalinda, apparently, because Han asks the obvious question, the one any parent would ask. Is it safe to take my kids there?
Right.
And she kind of drops the whole cool agent act. She admits, basically, I honestly don't know, but then adds, you know, is Corellia riskier than Coruscant right now? Almost certainly, yeah. That unknown level of risk, that's exactly why NRI needs this whole elaborate decoy plan. They need eyes on the ground fast before whatever's brewing boils over.
Okay, so let's talk about Corellia itself.
Yeah.
High risk established. Where exactly are they heading? Han actually gives his kids a little history lesson, which is nice amid all the spy stuff.
It is a nice moment. He talks about the star, Corel, and the 5 habitable planets orbiting it. The 5 brothers, they call them. Corellia is the big one, the elder brother.
Standard enough system geography.
Right, but then Han drops this piece of information that just, it changes everything. It takes the threat from, like, local politics to something way bigger.
This is the part that really jumps out from the sources.
Yeah, Han mentions that some scientists, based on the really weird, really close orbits of these planets, they actually believe the entire Corellian system might be artificial.
Artificial, like constructed.
Built, engineered by someone or something a long, long time ago.
Okay, hold on. So the system they're flying into isn't natural. It's potentially a giant piece of ancient technology.
That's the implication in the source material. And suddenly, this isn't just about Corellian independence. It's potentially a fight over control of this massive ancient artifact system. The scale is just mind-boggling.
It completely reframes everything.
Yeah.
Okay. And who lives there now?
Yeah.
In this potentially artificial system?
Well, you've got humans, obviously. Then there are the Drall described as short, dignified, furry beings, and the Solonians.
The Solonians sound really interesting. Their social structure is complex.
Very. It's matriarchal, but specifically, the sterile females are the ones out in the world, the leaders, the bosses. The reproductive members, male and female, stay hidden underground in these huge dens. Imagine trying to navigate politics with that kind of social dynamic.
Yeah, especially when things start to fall apart.
Yeah.
Which brings us to the political situation. The Governor General, Mike Amberlecto. He's worried.
Extremely worried. He's a Frosian, appointed by the New Republic, tall and gangly apparently, and he sees Coronet City just decaying. Shops boarded up, public spaces neglected. He's afraid of riots, vengeance, maybe even war.
And he basically blames the collapse of the Empire, saying it was the only thing holding Corellia together.
Pretty much. He calls the Empire the gun to Corellia's head. Take away the gun and the whole thing fractures. Old tensions resurface, which leads directly to the main antagonists here, the Human League.
The Human League, right? They sound like trouble.
Big trouble. They're pushing hard for Corellian independence, secession from the New Republic. But their platform is really toxic, heavily anti-alien, targeting the Drawl and Salonians specifically. They're whipping up this sort of human-first, isolationist frenzy, Corellia for Corellians, that kind of thing.
Okay, so we have this powder keg of a system, possibly artificial, with rising political extremism. Now let's pivot to the other key players involved. Luke, Leia, Lando. How does this crisis hit them, personally?
Well, for Luke, it's hitting at a time when he's already questioning his role. Mon Mothma basically tells him, look, the war's over. The New Republic needs more than just a Jedi warrior. It needs a leader, a diplomat, a mentor. He can't just be this mystical figurehead anymore.
He needs to adapt to peacetime. Leia seems to have managed that transition better.
Yeah, the sources suggest she has. She's completed her Jedi training in her own way, often using those skills, like her intuition and resolve, in political battles, outmaneuvering diplomats. She wields her lightsaber in the halls of power, so to speak.
But the really fascinating part for Leia, reading through this material, is her internal struggle. Her anxiety about her children.
Oh, absolutely. Jaina, Jason, Anakin, they're all Force-sensitive, and she is terrified, absolutely haunted by the fear that they'll follow their grandfather.
Darth Vader.
Exactly. She scrutinizes every little thing they do, a tantrum, a small lie, wondering if it's the first step towards the dark side. It's this constant weight on her.
And her solution isn't just Jedi training, it's character, family.
Yes. She believes the only real defense is building strong character, strong family bonds. That's her shield against their lineage, against the darkness she fears is inherent. It's incredibly relatable, actually.
It really is. Meanwhile, Lando Calrissian. While all this galactic drama is unfolding, he's got slightly more personal financial concerns.
Well, Lando, yes. His focus is entirely elsewhere. He's basically broke, and his grand plan is to marry rich. Fast.
And the sources give this amazing example of how badly that's going. Feria Versarion.
Oh, the life bearer on Leia Coruscant, yes. He's courting her, thinking he's found his meal ticket. Then he finds out the deal.
Which is?
She needs a husband for exactly 5 years. He provides support, money, status, whatever. After 5 years to the day, she withdraws the support, and the husband dies. Just drops dead.
And Lando was about to be.
Husband number 50. 50th. He bolts. Understandably shaken.
50. Wow. Okay. Lando has the worst luck sometimes. Or maybe the best luck, narrowly avoiding that.
Huh. Maybe both. So that plan fails spectacularly. He then heads off to Socoria to meet another prospect, Tendra Rizant, only to find out they just passed a law banning off-world marriages.
You can't make this stuff up. So he's striking out left and right, and now he's heading towards Corellia, completely unaware he's flying into a war zone.
Exactly. Bad timing all around. Which brings us back to Han's arrival. They land, and immediately things feel off. The Corellian Space Defense Forces put on this whole show.
The fake attack, right, with the uglies.
Yeah, these cobbled-together fighters, X-Wing bodies with TIE fighter parts, apparently. They stage this little skirmish against Han's honor guard, who then dramatically rescue the Falcon.
And Han sees right through it.
Instantly. He knows it's totally staged, a performance for any outside observers. It's proof positive that Corellian security is compromised. They're already working with whoever's pulling the strings.
Okay, so the deception confirms the political infiltration, but then the sources reveal the real threat, the technological one. And it's huge. Two main things stand out.
First, there's concrete proof of this terrifying power. A secret group somewhere in the Corellian system managed to make a star. TD-10036 EM-1271 go supernova. Artificially.
Well, they blew up a star on purpose.
Exactly. An event that completely defies known stellar mechanics. It's a demonstration, a warning. It shows they have access to immense hidden power.
And the second piece involves the kids, right?
Yes. They're at this supposed archaeological dig run by a General Yar. Han immediately clocks it as a military setup. They're clearly looking for something specific. And the kids wander off and find, well, they find something incredible.
What is it?
A massive underground cavern conical, half a kilometer deep with gleaming silver walls. It hints at this unbelievably ancient, impossibly large structure.
Like the source of the power. Maybe connected to the artificial system idea.
Yeah.
The source material mentions Centerpoint Station.
It suggests something on that scale, yes.
Yeah.
Something ancient, powerful, and buried, clearly linked to whatever makes the Corellian system unique and potentially controllable.
And then comes the big reveal. Han gets briefly grabbed by some human League thugs.
Who let him go because they think he's just a bad Han Solo impersonator.
Right, but then the real leader behind the human League shows himself.
On Holovid. And it's Thrackan Sal-Solo, Han's first cousin.
Oh man, awkward family reunion.
Understatement. Thrackan declares himself the new diktat of Corellia, announces the entire sector is seceding from the New Republic, and then he takes credit for blowing up that star.
He admits it, as a warning.
Explicitly, says it proves the Human League, under his command, can blow up stars on command. It's technological terrorism backing up a political coup.
And just when you think it can't get worse.
Right after the declaration, the final move, the entire Corellian system gets enveloped by this massive, rapidly expanding interdiction field.
Like the kind that pulls ships out of hyperspace.
Exactly, but on a system-wide scale, strong enough to yank ships out way beyond the system limits and growing. It effectively seals Corellia off completely. No way in, no way out. A perfect trap.
So what happens immediately?
Chaos. Han and Leia are trapped planetside in Corona House in the capital city, completely cut off. Talenda, the NRI agent, she manages to escape in one of those stolen, ugly fighters, trying to get word out.
And Luke and Lando?
They were on their way. They hit the edge of that expanding interdiction field and are just violently ripped out of hyperspace. Stranded, no backup, no way to warn anyone easily about what's just happened.
So to wrap this up for you listening, we have a full-blown crisis. The Corellian sector has seceded, led by Han Solo's cousin, backed by a terrifying technology that can destroy stars and isolate entire systems. Han and Leia, the chief of state, are trapped. Luke and Lando are stranded outside. The whole sector is now a prison.
It's an incredibly dangerous situation. Which leaves us with this final thought, something for you to really chew on from these sources. Thrackan Sal-Solo and the Human League are driving the political side, the secession. But where did this technology come from? Who or what built this potentially artificial system ages ago? And more importantly, who gave Thrackan the keys now? Is he really in control of this star-killing, system-trapping power? Or is he just a pawn, unleashing something far older, far more dangerous than just Corellian nationalism? What kind of ancient power is actually waking up under the surface of Corellia?